All right. So what I'm going to doing today is just creating a video where I created a test case in Tosca, and it's for the Dynamics 365 sales application, ERP application. And what I did was it's going to create a new lead, add the new lead, and just validate that the new lead was created, and just a few test steps. Um, So this is the test case I created here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the test steps, and then I'll show how I what I did to put the test case together with the different test steps and what I did in each test step for some highlights features. Um, so let's just close this down. Okay, and let's go here. So I got my precondition here. So this is like best practices in Tosca to create some folders that contain your test steps. For instance, this precondition one here, this is like logging in. So let me just create a create a new folder. Let's just call this login. Take these and drag these steps into here. Okay, and so what I can do here is I can just run these test steps now, and it'll launch the application for me and log in. There we go. Okay, passed. And then so yeah, and then if anybody who's not familiar with Tosca, this is you can run it in Scratchbook, which I just did there, and it's like in debug mode, and you can just to help debug your test case, and it'll show the test steps down here that were ran. You can see they're green check marks, so they ran successfully. And then here's the process. So these have the actual test steps. So like I said, it's gonna create a new lead. Click on the leads, click on new, and then add some lead data, save it, and then just verify that the lead was added. So let's just run these test steps. All right. And I'm adding a note to the lead as well. All right. Let's just minimize that. Okay, so you can see it passed successfully. So it's a very quick test case. And here's my test steps, all in green. So everything went well. So some features, some highlights of the test case. What I did. If I go into, for instance, so clicking the leads, clicking the new buttons, those are pretty straightforward. I just scanned in the leads link here, and then the new button. But here I did a few things in here in adding the data here. The test case went rather fast, so I had to slow it down a little bit. That's why I got some T-box weights here. I wanted to slow down the test steps a little bit, slow down the test case. And when I added the first name, sometimes the text box Tosca just didn't click into it and type. It typed so fast. I probably could have used send keys delay as a configuration parameter, but what I found was just by clicking in the text box first helped, and then I gave the focus to the text box, and then I used my random text generator here for 3 characters, and to put in the text for the name. I use a prefix here of test just to identify it as a test data. And then what I did here now is I use the I go into the module, and I use the Cardinality here. And what I did was, you can see if you right mouse click on the first name attribute, you have these different options, and you can add in different attributes to the module to help manipulate the module. This Cardinality is already included. So, but what you can do is, by default, it's set to 1. When it's set to 1, only one attribute is visible in the test step. But if you set it to n, what you can do is you can add multiple text box to the test step, and that's what's going on here. So setting the cardinality 0 to n, and so if I type something in here, it'll add another one and add another one. So you can manipulate this control all within this test step. And so what I did was here, I added in the data for the first name, but then I set up a buffer, and I quickly buffered it at the same time. Well, not at the same time, after the data was entered, and then I buffered that data into this variable here, fname, into a buffer variable. So that saves it for later use in the test case, which I'll show you when I'm verifying the test data was created. So if I go down into add other new lead data, so this is the rest of the data that I added for the test steps, and the same thing. I'm just making sure I click into the text box, and then I type in the text, adding the data, and then I'm buffering the last name again here, and then I'm adding some company data, some random text, and then this is where I'm saving the data. So if I go here, let's go into leads, go to new. So here, so when I save the data, let's just put in some random stuff here, and then so this test step down here, this is where I'm clicking on the chevron button, and then I'm clicking on the save and create new in there. So click on the chevron and then save and create new. So that's what those test steps are doing there. Let's just go into the module. I don't think I did anything particularly interesting to these. No, I didn't. I just used the regular ID for them. And then I'm closing the quick create window here, like just clicking on the X right there. And then, so now this is where I use the table now. So I scanned in the Tosca table. And so if I go here, this is the Tosca table here. And nice thing about Tosca, it just jumped the module. And what I'll do is, I'll just do a quick rescan. I'll make a new scan the application. Tosca has a handy table. Well, the scanner is really good at scanning a table, and I think that's it right here. That's scan, and you can see the table, and find it really quick in the scanning tool with Tosca. Let's just see if that's the right one. I hit show content preview, and yeah, there it is there. So it's really quick and easy to find a table in the Tosca scanner, and you can see there's all the data there. And if I go take a look at the scanner, and it is set to, let's just check it and make sure there, and it's already set to unique, which is good. There's only one table here, so that helps make it unique. But yeah, and so I just checked it and then hit close and saved it. I verified that the data was there. This is the right table, which is good. So I'll just close this, hit no, and that's what this module is. Oops. Make sure I get to the right module. Here. And I have the table scanned in here. And then then you can manipulate the table in here. And when you scanned it in, it shows all the columns that are available. And name, topic, and status reason. So name, topic, status reason. Another column there created on. And but I'm just using these two. I'm using the name and clicking on the link down here. So I'm finding the lead name that I created using those buffers. So those are my buffers that I used initially. Translate value. They should still have a buffer name, which is right there. And you can see those two there. And what am I clicking on here? Let's just run this. I wasn't too sure. Let's take a look here. There, checkbox. Oh, right. Clicking on the checkbox. Couldn't tell when I had that icon. So what I'm doing here is when this constraint action mode, it will search the table for the lead that was created that you used that are in these buffer variables here. And then what I do is this this little icon here, that's the checkbox. Let's go back into the leads here. So that's the checkbox that becomes visible. So I check it. So the option, I guess, option checkbox. So I click it. Here is the actual link. So what I did was I scanned in the link here, and you can see I used the configuration parameter. Just jump to it. So down here, I use the configuration parameter ExplictiName. So what that does, that allows me to manipulate the name of the link here. And let me just copy this. So we use ExplictiName, set it to true. See, then I can change the name of the link. So I'm using this to my advantage, and I'm again using the buffer first name last name I was created, and I'm clicking on it. So Tosca will find the first name last name, the link, which is this here, and it's going to click on it. So that's what I was doing here. So if I run it again, clicks the option, and clicks the link. So that's how I use the table here. Oh, this will return the parameter current row and buffer the row that it found the lead name in, the new lead that it was created. So in this case, it will be number 2. So if I go to my tools, buffer viewer, and there's my current row and number 2. So that comes in handy if you want to return the current row and then use it in other steps. Maybe you want to use the row and find some other information. So you can save it to a buffer and then use it later on in the test case, if the test case calls for that. One other thing I wanted to point out was, so you notice in the table here, in this test step here, when I'm manipulating the table, I have this link here that I'm using the first name last name buffer to click on, which is here. So what you can also do is you can click on that link within the table itself. And what I mean by that is, so I'll disable this, and what I'll do is now I'll select the name column again, and then I will put in a click here. So change to input. Okay, so now I'm still finding the first name, last name, still finding the lead. I'm clicking on the option, checkbox option button, but I'm also going to click on now the lead within that cell. So so there's two ways I can click on the lead to open it up, is by the link or within the table itself. Okay, so let me just run this. And there we go. So there's a couple of options there to click on the lead to open it up. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out as well, that you can still work within the table and click on links within the table as well. All right. And then I'm entering a new note. So this is where I click on the new lead, and then see here, this is the new notes over here. You can see the new note that was added earlier. What I do here is I tab out here, just a very simple tab. So if I go here, enter my note, and then I just hit tab, and I just tab out, and it takes me right to the message body, the description of the note, I guess, or the text that you want to add into the note. And so yeah, I just tab out, go to there, and then I use the T-box send keys, and then I add the test note. So just showing some different options there, how you can manipulate the elements on the application. You can see here title. So again, I used Cardinality, so I can title, and then where's my cardinality? Right there, 0 to N again. So that allows me, I can manipulate this web element quite a few times with different test steps. In this case, I added the note, and then I used send keys, and then I tabbed out of it. And then that's when I tabbed into the description box, message box, I guess you can say, not message box, but the note box. And yeah, and then here, what was I doing here? Let's take a look here. Here, yes, there. So what I'm doing here, this lead label, so you can see up here, so there's the new lead that was created, and this is the card, the profile for that new lead. So what I did here was I scanned in that lead label, and what I'll do is let me just go into the module, and let's just go into rescan, see if that works. Okay, so here we're going to get a few items not found, which is fine. We go here, and then so there's the lead label there. So that's that label there, and so you see down here. So what I did was I included the inner text when I scanned it in, but you can see here I manipulated the inner text to again use the first name and last name in the inner text as the value for the inner text. And I added that after I scanned in the label. So in here, all I did was I just copy and pasted the last name, first name and last name, and then this was included in the text. I could probably use an asterisk, but I just use that for completeness. And you can see there, it's right there, saved. So the label included all of this. So that's what I did here. I just included the whole text right there. And what I did there with this inner text set like that is I just check to see if it's true, if it's visible. and if it's visible, it's a verify, and then it passes, and that's what it. If I run it, oops, let me just go back down here. Let's run this in Scratchbook, and there we go. It's got the green, and you can see that verification was successful. So it found it. Expectability true, true. So that's what I did there. Just to verify that I was on the right test lead profile card. And then I click leads and click dashboard. So I just come back into here, get out of the card, go back to the table, and then I just go back to the beginning to dashboards right there. So that's the test case, and some of the configuration I had to do to the test steps so that I can manipulate the web elements and save the new lead and find the new lead and verify the new lead. But what I want to do now is let's just work on adding. Let's go back into the leads here. So let's work on deleting the do like a CRUD here, create, read, update, delete. Deleting the new lead that was added. So the steps are, I'm going to come back in here, so I have to do the checkbox again, and then I have to click the delete. Okay, so we already have the table, which is here. So what I can do now is, let me just drag this table into a test step. I'll just drop it into the bottom for now. And what I want to do is, I want to do a constraint. I want to do the constraint again on the name. So let's change this to constraint. Oops. And I want to use the those buffers again. So I'll just let me see where's. Sorry, I just want to find the table. Where's my table? There it is there. Just so I can do a copy paste here. Take this, and let's just drop this in here, like so. And what I want to do now is, once I find it, I want to now click on that checkbox, which is that little icon there. And it's going to be an input, and I want to click it. Okay, that's good. And then okay, let's just describe that test step. Find and select. Find and select. Lead in table. Okay. Okay, so what we can do is we can just uncheck it. That first name, last name should still be buffered. So let's just make sure this is working okay. Let's just run this. There we go. Find it. So now what we want to do is, now we got to scan in that delete button there. So let's go in and let's go back to the modules here. And it's going to make sure I'll put it within a module I already created, maybe. Or no, I'll just create a new module so it's easily identifiable right now. Okay, here. And let's just go select on screen. There we go. Let's just check out what ID it's using. Okay. Let's take a look at inner text. Still unique, yeah. I'm avoiding an ID with a number in it. That usually means it's application generated. I'm suspecting I can rerun it again and scan it, but I'm not going to do that for the interest of time. But when I see a number at the end or anywhere in here, that's telling me that this is probably dynamically generated, so that will change. So I don't want to use that. ERP applications usually tend to be that way. SAP applications, Oracle Fusion, and Dynamics 365, they'll generate new IDs each time a form is opened. So try to avoid that, and you can use the labels or the inner text here in this case, which is delete, and it's still unique, which is good. You can see up here default name, it's delete. So there's a couple of options there, but inner text works just great. So let's just close that. And here it is here, and let's just drag this, and we'll drag it as a new test step. And let's click delete. So what I'll do is I'll use standard click there. Let's save that. And okay, let's just run this. Let's see if we get a confirmation box that pops up. I'm not too sure what happens after I click delete. Let's find out. And we do. Okay, so let's scan that in. Let's go into here, do a new scan. Okay, great. And I want to just get, so I'll scan in the let's just back this up here. Let's take a look here. Just want to make sure I'm scanning in the right dialog. So this might be handled a little bit differently. Yeah. So it's right now it's just doing the table. Okay. Scroll all the way across here. So what I'm going to do here is do a quick search. Okay, let's just click on highlight. Yeah, so I'll do that one. And there's an OK button there. Okay, so there. So what I'm trying to do, I'm just going through to see what delete buttons we have here available. So there's one down here. This looks, let's try this. Yep, there it is there. Okay. So this little pop-up looks like it's a part of the application here. And we found it, which is good. So what I'll do is I'll just select that. Let me just highlight it again. There it is there. Yeah, good. I'll just do the cancel as well. Okay, so let's close this. Yes. There you go. So it's a part of the same window. So the pop-up's not its own pop-up, so to speak. It's part of the same application window here. So what we can do is, so that's the delete on the toolbar. So I just don't want to get these confused. So what I'll do is delete. Toolbar, and then just call this Confirm. Okay, let's just drag this one here. And let's hit X. Okay, okay, let's check this out. And there we go. Beautiful. Bam. Seemed to work okay. Okay, so let's break these test steps out a little bit here. So let's put this into its own folder. These test steps I just created into their own folder, so they're more easily readable. Lead. So drag those into this folder. Oops, popped up on me there. There we go. So I think what I'll do is, let me just drop this in here. So when I click on the new leads, then I'm going to come back in here and run the delete test steps. And then I'll click on the dashboard like that. Okay, that should work. Let's just, okay, sorry about that. My video cut out on me. Okay, so we were just about to run the test case here with the new test steps to delete a lead. So let's do that now. Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, let's just check this out. Okay, so I didn't seem to like it. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Translate value. Do some debugging here. Test data. Oh, okay. For some reason, it didn't enter the correct data, the prefixes of test and data. So right there, I didn't type in that for some reason. Click test. Oh, I see. When I do my examples. Oopsie. Let's make sure. Okay, that looks good. Okay, that was my bad. Okay, let's just go back into here, dashboard, and let's run it again. Okay, good. Looks like the data was entered correctly this time. Okay, let's add the note. Okay, that's interesting. That's a new one. Okay, we'll let that fail. Let's hit OK. I think what I need to do is I can randomize this data here just to make sure. So let's go into here, enter new note, test note. So let's just add in, we'll just put in just some random data at the end here, just to randomize it. This is a good reason why to use random data, because you just don't know when you're going to get burnt a little bit here, just to keep it randomized. Okay, there, and what I'll do is I'll just put that in there. Okay, all right, let's try those again. Okay, now let's check out this note. There we go, much better. Ooh, that was good. And it's not liking, oh, I think I know why it's not finding the delete button. I think, okay, let's just wait till this errors out and we'll get the error message. There we go. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't use the ID. Why is it showing I used the ID? Okay, let's go back in and just make sure. Okay, let's go to the module. I thought for sure I checked the, I didn't use it. Okay, I thought for sure I used the inner text. So let's do that. Okay, let's add in the inner text myself. This is a nice thing that you can do with Tosca as well, is you can manipulate the attributes here. So I'm going to get rid of that, and then I know the inner text was delete. So let's do that. Let's try this now. Here. Okay, so I can probably run it right from here. Let's just check this out. Oh, one thing I wanted to check as well is I just wanted to check the, yeah, okay, I was just checking the title, making sure the title didn't have the lead name in it or something, or it changed to something else. Okay, let's just click that. Let's see if that works. No, that doesn't seem to like it. Okay, let's just see here. Let's see what the message is. I might have to go in and rescan it just to make sure I'm getting the right web element. Okay, let's just go here, rescan. Yeah, it doesn't like it there. Okay. Let's go into here, let's see if we can find the delete button again. Let's just make sure we got the right one. Nope, we gotta find. We have to go down farther there, maybe this one here. Yeah, there it is there. Okay, so yeah, now it's not saying it's unique, so let's just go into here and oh, that's interesting. The showing was unique last time. Okay, let's take a look here. What do we got for class name? Yeah, class name seems to be okay. There's no numbers in it. Stay away from that ID. There we go. That looks good. Hit done. Close. Yes. Save it. I don't want to worry about cancel button right now. I just want to get this delete button working. Okay, let's just try this. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's try this from the beginning. Okay, put it back on the dashboard. Oh yeah, that was quick. Found that delete button fast and clicked on it. There we go. All right. So that is Tosca, creating a test case in Tosca and using it to create a new lead in the Dynamics 365. All right, I'll stop there. What I could probably do is maybe a part 2 to this video and show how to add some test data using the test case design module. Make this more of a data-driven test. Okay, so I'll probably do that for another video. Okay, thanks all.